Hey guys, we are back with some more Wolfsburg Wolves franchise mode, and I have been sick for the past week and a half about, and it was not fun. I could barely commentate, I could barely even speak, to be honest. I had a sinus infection, so that was definitely getting in the way of my commentary, and I usually try not to let being sick get in the way of making videos, but this time was not one of those times. Again, it was pretty much impossible to commentate. So we're back at it here, and we do have a few changes to the lineup. So first, forward-wise, Robertson has moved up to the second line, and Miller moved down to the third. Now, it's not saying that Miller's been playing badly, or that Robertson has been playing badly, or that he's been playing good for that matter, being moved up to the second line, but it's more of a just switch up kind of thing, because Miller does a little bit of everything, and it turns out that Robertson actually simulates more like a playmaker than a sniper, as his shots from last year only had 102. So we're going to see how Miller does there instead of Robertson, so that maybe Zanetti can get more assists, and Pearson can get more shots on goal as well. Just something to change it up, because the 5-on-5 hasn't been perfect. Defensively, you'll notice Barney and Kondratek are now in here in favor of Staples and Virtanen. We're going to take a look at all four of these guys so that we can figure out what all of them are about, including Kondratek and Barney, who we have not seen at the NHL level yet. So, and we'll figure out to do it with DeHaan later. But for right now, we got to take a look at all four of these rookie defenders, or not rookies anymore, I guess, in terms of, well, for Staples and Virtanen, but they're all young defensemen, right? We want to make sure that we get a good look at all of them. Now, power play, this was the huge issue, and it's something that I didn't even touch on because I just didn't look at the team stats in the last one, but it is a huge issue for this team. So as you can see, by the top right corner, we are not a good power play team this year. 12.5% on 16 opportunities, only 2 goals. We have a 3 goals for per game, so we've been scoring more 5-on-5 wise, but that power play really needs to get going. Goals against per game at 3.33, and the power play, or penalty kill rather, is at a 70.4%, so I'd imagine that would be a big part of that goals against per game. So we really need to change up that power play and penalty kill. Really, the whole special teams unit needs to be changed in some way. So that is exactly what we have done. So power play is now looking like Mayer, Aho, and Point with Kuleshov and Zhamnov. Then the second line is Homer, Malkin, Zanetti, and Miller with Jones. So the logic behind this, Mayer's a passer, Point's a passer, and then Zhamnov is more of a passer as well. He doesn't shoot the puck too much. And then Kuleshov and Aho are both shooters. The last 4 seasons that Kuleshov has had, he's been a 200-plus shot guy. So he's a shooter there, and as well as Aho, pretty much his entire career so far, he has been a shooter. And then for the second line, Homer and Malkin are the shooters, because Malkin shoots a lot, as does Homer. 200-plus shots per season. And then Zanetti, I would imagine, is more of a playmaker. Yeah, he's more of a playmaker. Jones does a little bit of everything, I would say. Yeah, he does a little bit of everything. And then JT Miller as well does a little bit of everything. So hopefully that'll get the power play going. The 4-man power play is more or less the same. Penalty kill now is where a big change has taken place. I believe Miller was here before on the first line penalty kill, replaced him with Furland, swapped him down here. But the big change here is Jorg Aho is back on the penalty kill instead of Pablo Pearson. Figured we get our best center in there to try to get something going on the penalty kill, because it clearly has not worked so far. And then Kuleshov, Zhamnov, Barney, and Jones as the defenseman there, and then Hintz, Kuleshov, Zhamnov, Aho, Barney, and Jones on the 3-man penalty kill. And that is about it. So I think what we'll do with Staples and Virtanen and then as well as Barney and Kondratek. We'll just rotate them in and out month by month, I would say, until we really get a feel for all of them. And obviously, I want to play Barney and Kondratek a little more because we've already seen what Staples and Virtanen are about. And we're eventually at some point going to have to make a decision. And I would guess part of that decision involves moving out Calvin DeHaan. If we only want to trade one of those young guys. If not, then we're definitely going to have to trade two of those young guys because they all belong in the NHL. It's just a matter of which ones fit best into our team. So what we're going to do here is we're going to skip ahead month by month, and then we'll review the stats after each month, and we'll, of course, swap Barney and Kondratek with Staples and Virtanen when needed. But I'm just getting back into the swing of things with commentating here. It's my first time commentating in about 2 weeks. So, and I also have to make sure that I kind of save my voice. I'm not completely 100% yet in terms of getting this sinus infection out of the way, but it's mostly better now, so that's why I decided, you know what, I'm feeling good. We'll get a commentary in just so that I'm not completely rusty. But we're going to simulate here through November, and I'll see you guys in 1 second. So Braden Point has been injured with a pulled groin until December 3rd. That hurts, literally, as we now have to go with, I guess, Roop Hintz as our second-line center. That's the good thing. That's why I got Roop Hintz. Capable of playing anywhere in the bottom nine. He's almost the perfect utility player. He really is. So now we have to get somebody else in here. And I guess that'd be Nelson for right now. Substituting all lines. How is he with face-offs? It looks like he's actually not that bad. He's got a 3-bar 77, so I guess we'll see how that works out. What's his face-off history looking like? Not too great, but we'll see how he simulates there anyway for right now. And I'm not going to have Nelson on the power play. Mayer, Aho, Homer, Malkin, Zanetti, and then we'll have... You know what? We'll try Robertson on this power play with Aho and Mayer. So we'll get Robertson right here as well with Aho. And Point wasn't anywhere else, was he? He might have been here. Yeah, he was here with Miller. I'll get Hintz. Okay, so for the first part of November, it was pretty much as seesaw can get. You have a loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, shootout, win. But here, this game against the Capitals is when we inserted Brock Nelson in favor of Braden Point. And once that happened, we went on a 5-game winning streak. 4-3 shootout win, 6-1 win, 3-1 win, 4-3 shootout win, 9-2 win against the Pittsburgh Penguins. And we are 12-9-2 after that month. So we are currently in a wild card spot. Kuleshov leads our team in points. Oh my goodness, 21 points in 23 games. Holy moly. For Alexander Kuleshov, 67 shots already. And Gino, 13 goals. So he's looking solid. Bottom 6 potential, so this might be is probably his last season. But you know what? As long as he's an 86 overall and scoring goals, I could care less. Top Mayer with 17 assists. Doing well in that first line. Jones with 19 assists. Aho has gotten going with 16 points in 23 games. Remember, that was at 3 points in 9 games. So, over the past 14 games, he has 13 points. He's on fire. Zanetti, 15 points. He had, 7 to start the episode? So now, since then, he has 8 in 14 games, so that's not too shabby. Hintz, 14. Homer with 14. He could be getting some more goals, for sure. Not sure why he only has 2. And we're already 23 games in, so that's a little concerning. But he's getting, I guess he's getting a few points, but he has trailed off, for sure. He started out the episode with, I believe, 9 points in the first 9 games. And now in 14 games, he has 5. So we might want to figure out a way to get Homer going. Robertson with 13. Pearson with 10. Miller with 7. Stahlberg with 6. Point, who's injured, with 6. Only 6 points per point. Huh. That's concerning. I have to take a look at that when he gets back. Furland with 5. Tahan with 4. Zhamnov with 2. Kondratek with 2. Nelson with 1 point in 4 games. Barney with 1. And Staples with none. Same thing with Virtanen. See the shots. 89 for Aho. 67 for Kuleshov. 61 for Malkin. And 58 for Homer. Alright. That's looking all good. I mean, but Homer, unfortunately, with that 3.4 shooting percentage, not too great. We're going to have to figure out how to get him going. No power play goals just yet for Maddox Homer. That's rough. That is absolutely rough. So Miller, Aho, Jones, Homer, Pearson, Hintz, Robertson, Stahlberg, and Furland all over a hit per game. And then takeaways to giveaways. Oh yeah, Mayer's up there. 36-11. He's a stud. Malkin, good. Miller could be better. Robertson, good. Pearson could be better. Furland could be better. Zanetti could be better. Point could be better. Kuleshov could be better. But he is getting a lot of offense, so I can't really complain too much. Homer could be better. A lot of guys could be better here. Jones could be a bit better. Stahlberg is good. Staples is very good. I mean, I took him out of the lineup, but he's working so well so far here. Hintz is good. Aho could be better. And there's Dahan, and then there's Virtanen. Zhamnov. Zhamnov is, that's rough. 4-20. And then Kondratek, 4-9. Barney, 4-6. Nelson, 1-4. Goaltenders. Let's see. Demko, 922. 1 shutout. 11 wins in 19 games. Blackwood with a 893 save percentage in 6 games. That's rough. Pretty good month, especially towards the end. But there are a couple of players who we need to get going, and that includes Maddox Homer. So I'm going to move Homer down to the second line. I want to see what he can do there. And then Robertson will be with Aho and Mayer. And as far as the power play goes, since he doesn't have any power play goals, I switched his sides with Zanetti. So hopefully that does good for him. So now we will simulate December. And presuming we don't have any issues, we'll keep going. So something with that second line center position cursed right now, as Hintz injured till December 11th with sore shoulder. So we're going to have to, well, I guess Braden Point is back. So there you go. That's a plus. We'll put Point back on the power play as well. And since Hintz was on the penalty kill, I put Pablo Pearson there instead. Actually, one more thing. We're going to replace Barney with Staples. And I'll leave in Kondratek. So we'll see how these two simulate together. Man, these injuries are just nonstop right now. Johan Carlson, injured until December 27th. That is a low elite player of ours in the AHL. Oh my god. Thatcher Demko injured with an injured hip till December 18th. This is like East Side Hockey Manager style injuries right now. Yikes. So Rupe Hintz is back, but unfortunately, Mac Black is going to have to be our starting goaltender for right now. He has, however, improved his save percentage by a lot. 912 as of right now. He was at an 890 something before. So hopefully that continues. And Schneider is back up here in Wolfsburg. Okay, so Thatcher Demko has returned. However, we have to send somebody down. So I'm thinking that's going to be Nelson for right now. Yeah, there you go. I do not want to play Demko until he is fully healed, as we saw what happens when we do that. When we even put him in the backup role, and then he gets re-injured with a sprained thumb. by opening the door for players in a line change. So we're going to keep Blackwood in there for right now, because he's done a pretty good job. And Demko is fully healed, so there you go. Going to get him back in. Take Schneider out. Blackwood in. Or Demko in. Switch Demko with Blackwood. And then we will, you know what? we'll keep Schneider up here because I want Rodin to get as many games as possible. And it looks like he's doing a very good job down there. 937 so far. There you go. All right. Okay, so overall, we had a solid month. Win, loss, win, 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 loss, win, win, win. Then you get into more of seesaw territory here. Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. So we're 21, 14, and 2 so far on the season. Good enough for second in the Central. And Todd Mayer currently leading our team with 34 points in 37 games. What a guy. And look at that, Gino. 25 goals. Let's go. Let's go, Gino. 33 points as well. So he is absolutely lighting it up. Aho with 28. Homer, only 5 goals still. That's a yikes. 5.7 shooting percentage. Jeez. We're going to have to find a way to get him going. Almost halfway through the season. And only 5 goals from Alex Homer. What is going on there? I have no idea. Kuleshov, 26 points. He's slowed down a lot since last we checked anyway. Jones, 26. Zanetti, 23. He's doing well so far. Robertson, 19. Hintz, 18. Pearson, 15. Point with 15. How many has he had since he returned? I think like 9. Point only has 2 goals as well. I know he's not a goal scorer, but sheesh, he's only on pace for like 6 goals right now. 7. Miller with 14. Furlan with 11. Stahlberg with 9. Zhamnov with 9. DeHaan with 7. Staples with 7. Kondratek with 7. Barney with 2. Virtanen with nothing. He hasn't played yet this episode. Faceoffs. Pearson's doing well. Aho's doing well. Point doing well. Hits could be doing a lot better. 45.5 for him. Let's see hits. So Aho, Jones, Pearson, Homer, Miller, all the guys you expect doing their job when it comes to hitting. Giveaways and takeaways. This has been the rough part for this team this season. Other than a few players, of course. Mayer, 54-16. That's great. And then Zanetti, 31-21. Gino, decent for Miller. Good for Point. Good for Aho. Good for Robertson. Furlan, decent, but could be better. Pearson, same thing. Homer, same thing. Jones could be better as well. Hence, he's decent there. Kuleshov trying to make things happen. Stahlberg, good. Staples has come back down to earth a little bit on that, but he has had some increased ice time this season, being on the penalty kill. Kondratek, DeHaan, Zhamnov, Virtanen, Barney, and then Stahlberg with 6 fights. See goaltenders, Demko with a 913, and Blackwood with a 909, and 1 shutout. Let's check on the AHL a little bit. Rodin with a 930 and 3 shutouts in 22 games. Now keep in mind, Schneider probably played a lot of those games as well, but he's doing very well down there. So far, he is. Bohinski with 12 points. Castles with 9. Albrecht with 10 points. And Johan Carlson with 9. Team stats. Let's see what's going on here. See if we're any better than the start of the episode. So, goals for per game, 3.22. Goals against per game has gone down a lot, 2.76. That's good. Power play still could use some work, 16.8. It's better than before for sure, but could be better. Could be better. Penalty kill. It's better than the start of the episode, once again, but still could be better. However, that was at a 70% before, so I would say recently anyway, it's probably around an 80. And the power play probably around an 18%. You know who else we have to get going on the power play? Braden Point. Only 2 power play points so far this season in 32 games. That's a yikes. I'm not sure if I can blame Homer or not for only having 5 goals so far, because when he was on the first line, he only had 2 goals. And now he still only has 5 goals. But Point isn't exactly doing him any favors there. And then Gino, of course, getting all the goals there. So, I don't know. We'll try changing up the power play again a little bit, I guess. Because Point really has not done much there. I guess, you know what? We'll go for the pun here. We'll put Point on the point, and then Miller with Aho and Mayer. We'll see what happens there, but I don't know. Point has been really underproducing this year so far. So we'll see what happens there. JT Miller hasn't exactly been productive on the power play either. I mean, he has 5 points so far on the power play. That means only 9 even strength. Let's see how many points for Homer. Yeah, only 4 power play points for him. There's a lot with this team that could be definitely be better. Shaken up a little bit, maybe. As it's not really working out at the moment like it did last year. Okay, so I'm actually going to take out Gustav Zamnov here because he has not been doing too well defensively as of late. Only 16 hits, so he's not a hitter. And he's given away the puck a lot compared to how many times he's taking it away. And he doesn't really get any points. So I'm going to scratch him for Virtanen, who I guess is going to have to fill in there on the top 4. And do I take DeHaan out in favor of Barney? Well, I don't think so. Not right now. Because that would mean 2 defensive defensemen together. And I don't feel like doing that. I could put Staples up there, but he is only a depth defenseman. I don't want to stunt his growth. And then as far as forwards go, we're going to have Homer back on the first line and Furland back on the second, because that worked out last year. Going to see if that could get Point going again. And then Miller still with Pearson and Zanetti. And then Robertson down here with Hintz and Stahlberg. So we're really trying to mix it up here. Doing whatever to get our top guns going. I mean, Homer, he hasn't been underproducing just because he's gotten a lot of assists so far, but I'd really like to see him play to his strengths, you know, and his strength is shooting the puck, because when he shoots the puck and he gets it on target, good things happen. But he hasn't done that a whole lot this season, unfortunately. We're going to roll with this lineup for right now and see where it gets us. Oh my goodness, this poor soul, he cannot catch a break. Johan Carlson injured with a herniated disc until May 2nd. That is unfortunate. These injuries are getting ridiculous, man. Todd Mayer with an injured jaw until February 21st. My goodness. Okay, so the good news, Maddox Homer now has 10 goals. And it's been, 11 games since we made those changes? So 5 goals in 11 games. He's on a much better pace than he was before. But now we have to, unfortunately, take one of our best playmakers out for about a month now due to injury. So Nelson, get back up here, bud. There you go. Get the lines. So I'm not going to... Well, I guess I'll fill Nelson onto the first line for right now, but we're not putting him there officially. I would say maybe Point. Yeah, Point's been pretty underwhelming so far this season. I want to see if he could get going on the first line with Aho and Homer. And then I guess it'd be Malkin, Hintz, and Furland. And then Miller, Pearson, and Zanetti. Robertson, Nelson, and Stahlberg. Yeah, that's gonna have to do. I guess we'll put Point back with Aho and Miller, because he's the only decent replacement as far as a playmaker goes for Todd Mayer at the moment. And then Zanetti, Kulishov, Virtanen. Why's Virtanen on the power play? Has he done anything? His 1 point is a power play point, but no, I don't want Virtanen on the power play. We're gonna put Kondratek there. Kulishov, Jones, Kondratek. We'll put DeHaan here as well. There we go. Yep. And actually, nope. Virtanen off for Kondratek. I'm going to put Zanetti here with Gino on the 3-out-and-3. Give him a chance there. And that should just about do it. But we're without Mayer for about a month now, I believe. So that's really unfortunate. So a little bit of a crazy month here. Started out good with a win against Anaheim, but then got off to a real shaky first half other than that game against Anaheim with a 2-1 loss against Colorado. Then you have a loss to Buffalo, lost to Arizona, lost to Chicago. But then we went on a little bit of a winning streak. 4-1 win to Philly, win against Dallas, a win against Jersey, a win against Florida, and a win against Columbus. But then the last 2 games of the month were a loss and a loss against Edmonton and LA. But it is worth noting that that is when Mayer was taken out of the lineup. So we're 27-20-2. We're currently in a playoff spot still. But I think it's safe to say that it's not secured, because we do seem to be a bit of a streaky team. It's either streaky or seesaw action, as we've seen in multiple months now. So Gino with 32 goals. If we could get another Gino, that'd be great. Just clone Gino. I mean, that's supposed to be Homer. But as of right now, only 10 goals. He hasn't been... the funny thing is, he hasn't been underproducing just because he's been getting assists. But he's just not getting those goals for whatever reason. He has 126 shots and only 10 goals. Wow. That's unfortunate. So Mayer, of course, with 40 points, one of our top point producers, goes down with an injury. That's unfortunate. Kuleshov getting back up there in points, 38 in 49. Aho with 37, 22 goals. Jones with 32 assists. My goodness. Zanetti with 28. Robertson, point with 27. Hintz with 22. Pearson with 20. Furlan with 20. Miller with 14. Stahlberg with 12. DeHaan with 10. Zhamnov with 9. He's been scratched for the past month. Staples with 8. Kondratek with 8. Nelson with 4 in 11 games. Barney with 2. Virtanen with 1. And let's see. Shooting percentage. Gino, of course, is up there at a 21.5. My goodness. That's insane. Pearson, he's good as well. Stahlberg, Furland, Hintz, all 14% or above. Power play points, 9, 9, 8. Yeah, the power play has been a little weak so far this year. You can attribute that to the first 20 games or so as well. Face-off percentage, let's see if anything's changed here. Pearson, 54%. Aho, 53. Point, 51. Gino, 50. He doesn't really take too many face-offs. Hintz has improved since we last checked. 47.3 now. He was at a 46 point something. Aho, Miller, Jones, Pearson, Homer, Furland, Robertson, Hintz, Stahlberg, and I believe Kondratek as well. All above a hit per game. And Zanetti is starting to get physical as well. 39 hits this year so far. And last year, he only had 31 total. So he's starting to show his physical side a little bit. Growing into his frame. DeHaan with 38. Virtanen, 37. Kuleshov, 37. Gino, 26. I mean, he's getting up there in age. So I would imagine he's not going to be hitting as much anymore. And Mayer with 26. He's more of a playmaker. Point 25. He's never really been a hitter in the first place. Staples with 16. Zhamnov 16. See, that's why I scratched Zhamnov. He doesn't really hit. He doesn't really get good offensive numbers, and he turned over the puck a lot compared to the amount of times he's taken away. Whereas Carl Staples, he's given it up 25 times, but he's also taken it away 17. So he's got a really good ratio there, especially for a 79 overall defenseman. Whereas Zhamnov really has not done well so far this season. Barney with 13 hits in 15 games. So it looks like he is hopefully going to end up being a physical presence for us. And goaltenders, let's see. Demko at a 907 so far this season. Blackwood 909. So a little shaky in terms of goaltending there. Let's see how Rodin is doing. 929 save percentage in 30 games. Hopefully he grows this season. Be really nice to see him in the NHL soon. And team stats, let's see. This should be interesting here. Goals for per game, I expect to be up there. Yep, 3.22. Goals against per game has actually gone up a little bit, 2.86. Power play, has that gone up or down? I think it's gone slightly up. I seem to remember 16%. So we're at 17.2 now. I guess it's progress, but it still needs to be a little bit better, in my opinion. And penalty kill, I guess, has gotten a bit better as well. Because I remember that was at a 76 point something. So now it's at a 77. It got slightly better. But here's the thing. Is this team good enough to make another playoff run? That's the question. We're roughly 50 games in. We know Gino is obviously scoring goals like crazy. And Mayer down with an injury. Homer, up until recently, was snake bit with seemingly not being able to score too many goals. Jones has been great. One guy who I wish was getting more points is JT Miller. He only has 14 on the season. 5 of them are from the power play. That means 9 even strength points for JT Miller in 49 games. Even Stahlberg and DeHaan have more even strength points than Miller. Oof. That's rough. So I think I'm going to end it off here. Mainly because I'm kind of struggling. I got to be honest with my voice. I've kind of been cutting out a lot in terms of just not talking fluently and not being able to talk fluently because of coughing or having to blow my nose or whatever. So we're going to end it off here. And let me know what you guys think we should do. Put any trades, line suggestions in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next one.